That's something I hear all the time is people waiting to the last minute to buy tickets and stuff. Yeah. And so you're seeing sometimes shows get canceled because of ticket sales and things like that. But the best thing is just going out and supporting. And it's not just live music. It's live theater and just live anything. Support it.
Live from Studio C, it's Chilliwack Creative Commission's Creative Third Thursdays. Woo! The Chilliwack Creative Commission is located on the ancestral unceded territory of the Stolo Coast Salish peoples. I'm Geoff Edwards, volunteer member of the Chilliwack Creative Commission. Check me out on YouTube, or if you're a casting director, on my website. Big thank you to our studio audience. They are in here today. They are ready to go and watch our featured creative. And you can be in our studio audience. Join us by going to Chilliwack Creative Commission's CreativeThirdThursdays.com. Get the tickets while they last. There's refreshments, which are good. Let's say hello and a big thank you to our host this afternoon, Tim McAlpine at Cowork Chilliwack in the amazing Studio C.
Any thriving creative community depends on its musical heartbeat. If you've been following Creative Third Thursdays, you've already met a few of the talents that make this region hum. Today's featured guest is a self-proclaimed chippy defenseman turned musical entrepreneur. When his primary took an unexpected sidestep, he rebounded by touring across Canada, including the Maritimes, which you can definitely hear in his musical stylings these days. He's launched a compelling project called Songwriters Unite. In fact, we'll be screening an episode of that series immediately following tonight's conversation.
Stuff that holds up.
He's also on the verge of releasing a documentary film about the legacy of Tractorgrease, a project collaborated on with award-winning film editor Chris Fassbender. We're going to dive into the music, the filmmaking, and the hustle of fulfilling a creative dream. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our featured creative.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geoff on the stage.
Yeah! Was that what I was supposed to do?
Yes.
Nice.
Welcome. Thanks very much for coming and doing this. You have been an outstanding member of our creative community here in Chilliwack for many years, and I want to thank you for being part of our efforts here.
Thank you, Geoff, and thank you for including me in so many different creative outlets. We've done the Pechakucha and some Creative Third Thursdays, and it's a great thing you got going here.
And then there was that crazy Chilliwack Tonight thing we did. You were on that several times.
Chilliwack Tonight?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
We've known Bonner for a few years. I think I met you back in the 90s.
Probably back then. Yeah. You were trying to sell me your mixing board, I think.
No, that was long after.
Wow.
That was in the 2000s.
He did pretty good on that deal. Yeah.
It was a Mackie 32x8. It was a great console.
Totally.
Anyway, when you look back on this career that you've had, what's your earliest sort of recognition of the fact that you are a creative person, and what was the driving force that convinced you that you're actually a singer-songwriter?
Yeah, well, I mean, I really jumped into filming and recording before I jumped into performing.
Yeah.
So I filmed and recorded just my friends and did sound at certain events and stuff, and I was a closet guitar player.
Oh, so that's how so it wasn't the music first, it was the tech and the
Totally. I mean, I just... I had a technical knowledge of recording and doing sound and stuff, and just kept encountering really talented artists and started working with them and filming and recording. And then it was actually a hockey protest song.
I remember that. It was during was it the strike?
It was the 2004 strike, and we wrote a song protesting the hockey lockout. And I got thrown into the vocal booth to sing. So my first time singing was singing in the vocal booth, really. And within no time, Global National was coming over to my house. And the first time I ever performed publicly singing was on Global National TV. So that was the time. That was what made me go, hey, I
guess I'm a singer-songwriter.
I guess I'm a singer-songwriter. Yeah. So definitely not your run-of-the-mill story.
No. So you've done a lot of things since your previous. I called it your primary. Took a sidestep in the intro here, but one of the coolest things I think you did was hop on a train and go across Canada. Tell me about that. How did that happen?
That was incredible. Well,
because you were playing on the train, right?
Yeah, I mean, going back a little bit to what you were talking about, I had the best school for being a performer that you could ever have. I owned a venue.
Yeah.
At first I owned strictly a recording studio where I recorded people, and then I owned a venue, and I got to sit and witness, some of Canada's finest performers night in, night out, and what they did and that sort of thing. So when the venue closed, through COVID, it was obviously a little bit before I could get out on the road playing because everything was closed down. Yeah. But I really just started focusing on the music and found myself taking what I learned from owning the venue and taking it out on the road and seeing a similar response out there that I would Tractorgrease on a Friday night. So I guess I got addicted to that. And then this train trip came up. I applied through Via Rail and went from Vancouver to Moncton last summer, playing music on the train and connecting with folks.
This is a bootleg image from that.
That is because we weren't supposed to be taking photos, but that was somebody else took that photo. And it was an amazing experience. And the last 3 summers, I've toured the Maritimes and just had a blast and really had some great gigs out there. So I took the train one way and drove back with a good friend of mine, Jay Gavin, and we toured our way back. So across Canada twice last summer, Yeah.
I mean, that's. I mean, a lot of people never do it in their lifetime.
Totally, and I got songs out of the deal. That one song that you played in the promo was we played the Canada's oldest operating general store in Canada. It opened in 1836, and it was just a kind of a gig we took to fill a spot, and we ended up resonating with the folks in this town so much that now 3 summers in a row we've gone back there, and I wrote a song about the store. So you walk into town there, you're like a superstar, right? It's about a town of 150 people, but I'll take it. Yeah. And I love those towns, Yeah. I think that's what I love the most. The same way that the train was just such a close connection with the people. Yeah. And hearing their stories as much as I could share mine. And that's what it was like in this little town in Maitland, Nova Scotia. Yeah. It was just meeting these people and hearing the history of the town. It was, a shipbuilding town that the industry died as soon as steel ships came out. They built the biggest wooden ships ever made, and that's what that song's about. So, Stompin' Tom started this whole thing of traveling across Canada and writing about the people and the stories of these towns, and I like to think I'm keeping it going a little bit.
Tragically Hip have done that. For sure. Rheostatics have done that.
Yeah.
And now Geoff Bonner's doing that.
Well, trying to hold up the end of the bargain, but there's a lot to write about.
Wintertime rolled around, and you kind of hunkered down and got into recording mode. Tell us about recording over the winter.
Well, I made my living recording bands before the cafe took over my life, and so it's been really nice getting back to it. And an artist, C.R. Avery, we connected, and over the span of last fall.
How did you meet C.R. Avery?
Well, he goes back to the very beginnings of Tractorgrease. The first time that the word Tractorgrease was used was in a little art space called the Butcher Shop Floor. Yeah. And he would come and perform there. So
that was in Vancouver.
Yeah. I've known him for 25 years, and he played the cafe all the time. And we ended up just connecting in the studio, and recording one song turned into recording a whole album. And
I've seen him perform, and to me, it reminds me of I don't know if you've heard of an artist named Jacob Collier. Jacob Collier is a completely different from C.R. Avery, except for the fact that he so involves his audience in his performance.
For sure.
And C.R. Avery is that kind of a performer where he just gets the whole room going, right?
Oh, he's a master, you know, and he's been on the road forever doing it. I play once a month in his shows called the East Van Abbeys, which have been going on for years now. And it's a variety show that if you ever get a chance to see C.R. Avery in the East Van Abbey, it's a really cool show.
Yeah.
You know.
And so what are you working on with him?
Well, we finished recording a record, and it's charting right now on Spotify in Canada. It's doing quite well, despite the fact that we enjoy making the art more than promoting the art.
Yeah.
You know?
Tell us how. So, what's the name of the song that's charting on Spotify?
What song was the top one? There's "Before We Turn Out the Lights," I think, is one of them, and "Children as Celebrities," which is kind of a cheeky song about.
So C.R. Avery.
Yeah,
check them out on all of wherever you get your music.
Wherever you stream music. Yeah,
that's cool.
So, yeah, that's been a great project.
We talked about Tractorgrease and the closing of the cafe and everything, and I think you navigated a really difficult, forced closing of that environment, and I call it literally an important landmark on the Canadian music scene at its peak.
Yeah,
and I think in many ways you're an important part of that brand, obviously.
For sure.
And I think it must have been an incredibly difficult thing for that thing to have closed.
Oh, it was for sure.
And I think about you in the quiet moments after that happened.
I definitely see a void in this town.
Yeah.
And I see the void in many towns.
What about you in the void in here?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I miss it terribly.
Yeah. How difficult was that?
It was really tough because it wasn't just the cafe. It was I did live stage production and live sound, and every aspect of what I did was shut down for that spell. So you know, I was doing well in the live music business, and it just happened to be one of the businesses that got hit hard, and I wish I sold plexiglass. At the time, but you know.
Did you ever doubt whether your creative identity could survive such a massive impact?
Well, you know, it turned me on a road to focus on my own creative identity. Mm-hmm. And
so that's a good thing.
So in some ways, you know, I say in the documentary, there's a thing, I'm working on this thing all the time. And I was interviewed long ago, and I said, the first 5 years of me opening that cafe, I never wrote a single song. I was just so consumed with getting that up and going.
Running a cafe.
You know, so yeah, as much as it hurt to close that aspect down, it's opened up a door for me to be creative in other ways, like writing songs, performing, and then making this documentary with Chris Fassbender, who's done an amazing job putting that together. So
can you look back at choices that you made, or conscious choices that you made at that time, or did you just let sort of life lead you where you ended up? How did you navigate it?
The closing of it.
The life after.
Yeah. Well, probably I ran away with my tail between my legs to the Kootenays for a little while.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like a nice escape. It was kind of hard going out in Chilliwack because everybody would want to stop and talk to me about how much they missed the place. And,
you were still hurting.
I probably missed it more than anyone. So, you know, but then I came back for a few shows and then decided to do the Tractorgrease revival show. And it was
a smash hit.
Amazing to see the response to that. So,
and that's in the movie, that event.
Yeah, I mean that started the documentary process. That's where I really got in touch with Chris there, and you know, so that kept me going. And then seeing the response. I mean, Friday nights was me hosting at Tractorgrease Cafe, so I would find myself bringing that same energy and whatnot to Ashcroft, BC, or Nakusp, BC, or Tignish, Prince Edward Island, and seeing the same vibe and feeling on a Friday night, I would see that there. And so that's really what keeps me going, because it's like I don't have a brick and mortar place right now to do what I do, but I'm doing it elsewhere, and we'll see where that takes me, I guess. Yeah. Live music isn't the easiest road these days,
No.
but it's what I feel,
What do you think the hurdles are to live music being like you have to work hard, and like you say, you play small venues in small towns, but lots of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen in the last 5 years or so a lot of really amazing music venues close down. It wasn't just Tractorgrease. I mean, the Dream Cafe in Penticton closed down, and we had Herman's Jazz Club in Victoria looking for financial help, and the Caslow Jazz Festival, operating for over 40 years, just announced that they aren't existing. There's been festivals all over canceling. It's tough. I think there's a lot of factors involved. There's a lot of bureaucracy to have these businesses operate. Drinking, isn't as popular anymore. So the ability to make money on these things, live venues are a difficult business these days.
Yeah. What can people that really enjoy going to live venues do to help encourage that and help
Just keep going.
And
buy your tickets well in advance.
And can I direct you to the Can I direct you to the merch table?
Yeah. That's something I hear all the time is people waiting to the last minute to buy tickets and stuff. And so you're seeing sometimes shows get canceled because of ticket sales and things like that. But the best thing is just going out and supporting. And it's not just live music. It's live theater and just live anything, support it. Yeah. Because it'll stick around when you do.
Yeah, and if you don't...
I'm preaching to the choir right now, though, because you're all here right now. So, yeah.
What did Joni Mitchell say? And it wasn't about performing. It was, you don't know what you got until it's gone, right? Yeah. What is the most fun thing that you have gotten to participate in since the closure of the bricks and mortar Tractorgrease?
I had an amazing gig at the Stompin' Tom Center in Skinner's Pond, PEI. And I think it was so amazing because it was a full room, and I was there with my good friend Jay Gavin, but I played the Ballad of Red Hair.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, nobody had heard that song in this place. Yeah. And they were singing along and keeping the beat to that song on the tables. Like, it was magic.
Oh, wow. Huh. That's a good memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're known for having your hands in a bunch of different things: film, live shows. You've had a Tractorgrease cafe. Is it that variety of things, being sort of a diverse producer, that keeps you going?
I mean, when I decided to journey into the world of the music business, just having a lot of different talents in different areas just allow you to exist. You'll find most performers that are making a living doing it, definitely in that middle bracket. They record or film or promote other bands or do some, you have to wear many hats to make it work. And I think too, I like just doing different things all the time. I enjoy filming and recording a band just as much as I do performing,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think to be a modern musician, you really need to not only be able to play your instrument, but be able to work with the technology required to record yourself and be able to promote yourself and all those sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to amass a diverse skill set related to what you're doing.
For sure. It's probably the most difficult small business, to do. Yeah.
So speaking of that, one of the new things you're doing is called Songwriters Unite. Tell me about that. That's what we're set up for here.
Totally, and we're doing one of these
shows. There's a show right after this, right? So
yeah, Songwriters Unite was something I started at the cafe, and it was a way where I could get my fellow performers that are writing great songs to come up and share the stage with me and do kind of more of a lower key style show where it's kind of about the stories of writing the songs and acoustic versions of them, and we can kind of accompany each other and that sort of thing. And if a bunch of the Dion, for example, that's going to be playing tonight. He has a band, so he's out playing in that band all the time. This gives me a chance to jam and hang out with a fellow performer. And
Is it a jam? Is it like
see
you guys...
what new songs? It's quite spontaneous. Yeah. You know, we accompany each other a little bit and kind of challenge each other of new songs we wrote, or you know, that sort of thing. So it's really just as a performer, it's a really fun thing for me. And
Well, I think as a creative person, to have people to bounce ideas off of is very valuable
for sure
way of operating, right?
It's inspiring. And, you know, the reason why I started it, there's a lot of musicians that are out there playing music. And I'd have to say more and more these days, you know, tribute bands and whatnot are getting hired. But the real art that I love is the craft of writing songs. And so to have fellow songwriters up here and hear what, you know, nobody performs a song better than the person who wrote the song. And so that's what Songwriters Unite is about. It's seeing these people present their songs that came from their heart. And we have some really neat shows. And, you know, I see the crowd. I tour this show I've been all over the country touring this show, and I see how people react to it. And, you know, you may not like me and my songs, but you probably like one of the guys that is up here or one of the gals. And it's been a real blast. So
who's on stage with you tonight? Let's give them a bump.
Yeah. So Franklin Woods is on stage, and he's been a huge part of Tractorgrease. I hosted a Music 101 thing with 89.5 The Drive. And
that was way back.
Way back. And he won one of those.
Yeah.
And I connected quite a bit with him. So he would play regularly at Tractorgrease. And he's played 20 of these songwriter shows, I'd say. Jenny Bice, a fiddle player, used to play with many different bands at Tractorgrease. And I've known her for years and always like to get her out on the stage. I mean, this is the impact of a songwriter show. She wrote a song specifically for the show tonight.
Oh, wow.
She's like, oh, well, I got to write a song. You know, I got to play a song. And she wrote a song. So it's, that's what these shows are about, you know. And then Dion, who started coming around my open mic when he was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
And now he's in probably BC's best old-time country band. They're busy all the time. They're called The Unbranded. And if you ever get a chance to see them, they're awesome. And so, yeah, I call them Lightning. Lightning Dion's here tonight, so it'll be great to share songs with them. Yeah.
And that's coming up after this show. So the other cool thing that you're working on currently is the documentary. I think the last time you and I talked, it was almost finished.
It's been almost finished.
It's been almost
several times.
Several times.
Yeah.
So where are we at with that right now?
About no. We're really close at this point. It's really just down to technical parts of, I don't know, in movie making, you got to get the sound all mixed and the colors of the video all matched up, and that's
we got a picture
where we're at.
Yet.
I really got to thank Chris for, you know, keep persevering, and instead of abandoning the project, we keep refining it, and that's why it's been a few years. And I feel like we got something really special.
Yeah, I think you do. I've seen little pieces of it, and every time I go, wow, these guys are onto something really special. I mean,
it feels good. And it's quite a history. Good. It's not just the cafe. It's 25 years of tractor greasing it, you know, and from the earliest performers, which is quite a list of
I think it should be on Netflix myself.
Yeah, well, we'll see where it goes. You know, I think it's just been really awesome making it, and I can't wait to share it with the
world.
Yeah, the folks that made the cafe so special, you know?
Yeah.
So we're going to plan another revival show and a release of the movie, so I can't wait to share it.
Mm-hmm. Your collaborator, you pointed to him in the crowd because he's here in the room with us this time. Chris Fassbender, he's been a featured creative. We've had him in that seat here on Creative Third Thursdays. What's it been like with working with him? Because now he's an award-winning documentary editor.
Yeah, it has been, now the pressure's on. It's been incredible, actually. You know, we have a great friendship.
Yeah.
And he's captured what Tractorgrease is,
Yeah.
you know, and that's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Didn't start off that way. It was a learning experience between both of us to work together and to figure out what story we're telling.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd have to say there's probably 3 hours on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Because you had hundreds of tapes.
Yeah. I mean, I had 500 little videotapes that I went through and captured footage in real time, and then stacks of hard drives. And I've been filming and recording for that long. And we put together segments of the movie, and then it's super cool. Maybe we'll use it for something, but it's not part of the movie. And delete and, you know, scrap,
take all
hours and hours of work. Just delete, you know? So, it's been quite the ride, and there's just been so many amazing people that have been a part of the Tractorgrease story that it's going to be a super cool documentary. Yeah.
You brought a clip. So do you want to set that up?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's play that. So this is actually just a short snippet from the middle of the movie.
So you did, okay.
We were going to make a promo, and it was like, you know what?
This is a good segment.
This is a good segment. This gives you an idea.
Okay.
So what you're going to see is a little part of CR, you know, getting the crowd going at the Tractorgrease Revival show. And then some interviews. Yeah.
I love music. I've always loved music. And I've been going down to the Commodore for years and doing all that scene in Vancouver. And when I discovered Tractorgrease, I fell in love. And I quit going to Vancouver.
It's more than just a musical thing. It's more of almost like a cultural thing, I think. And people are obviously very attached to the idea of Tractorgrease.
Well, you certainly added a whole different fabric and layer to Chilliwack.
I found my home there. Like, it was my home. That's what I experienced at Tractorgrease.
All right, just the audience one more time. I just want to hear that. Come on. Like a rolling stone. Like a rolling stone. Okay, just clap now, people. No singing, just clap. Come, clap. Clap your hands, everybody. Everybody just clap your hands. Everybody,
moved back to Chilliwack, and that's what I did right away. I opened up the Alexander studio, and it was a live performance space where I could film and record, and you know, that's kind of what gave me the idea to do that, was the Ashcroft Opera House. I wanted a new plan. Sold the house. I'm gonna totally pursue this as my business now. I put my heart and soul into that studio with a lot of help. Shaggy was a big part of Tractorgrease at the time.
Skip town, walk away, stressed out every day, your job.
I can picture a picture that I have of us walking in there, and there's like a pile of like wood and garbage in the corner, and it's a giant garage door. It just looked like it'd been a garage. I have another picture in my head of a shot we took of it once we had painted it all up and put all the wood board up and had the cool spotlights. Just the way it looked like so professional.
Yeah, the Alexander studio.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I went to the Alexander studio, and it was just such a cool vibe. Very, very cool venue.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you know, a lot of people don't even know about that. It's the cafe that sort of people knew about.
That's when it became really famous, right?
We did a lot of amazing stuff in
5440
that studio.
Tom Wilson,
Mother,
yeah.
Steve Dawson and the crew, and we had Barney Bentel playing there.
Yeah.
We hosted lots of cool shows there too.
Yeah. So for people that want to get a hold of you these days, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Probably through Facebook and Instagram, you know, the old social media stuff, or tractorgrease@gmail.com. I'm out in the sticks, so the phone's not the greatest, but yeah, there we go.
So,
Or come out to a show.
Like come out to our show. Yeah. Like I said at the top, Geoff. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. I think you're so much a part of the creative community, and coming back here and helping us to build it is really appreciated. And for the influence you've had on the Canadian music scene, and all the best tonight with your Songwriters Unite session following the recording here in Studio C. Geoff Bonner, everybody.
Right on. And thanks, Geoff. Right on.
Creative Third Thursdays is a Chilliwack Creative Commission event. Don't miss our Pechakucha Studio C recordings. They're out on YouTube and Instagram. You can find links to them. And always you can search what we're up to with the Creative Commission by using the hashtag Creative Chilliwack. For more about us, look for Creative Commission at businessinchilliwack.com. And check out previous episodes on YouTube for Creative Third Thursdays. Like I said, we have quite a playlist there. Lots of really interesting people that have sat in that very chair. And next month, May 21st, I don't know if you've heard about North Social. It's a new social media platform, strictly Canadian. They've been in kind of a beta sort of situation, building some subscribers to it, and they're releasing the app onto the Play Store this weekend. So North Social should be active in about a week's time from once they submit it to there. So we have Colin Schmidt, the brains behind it, our featured creative in May. So I'm Geoff Edwards. Big thanks to today's studio audience. You guys have been great. A big thanks to Studio C. I am actually a little bit thirsty.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
There's more cold drinks in the lobby, everybody. Cheers. Mingle. Talk to one another. Make some coffee appointments.
And the show starts at 7, so
yeah,
it'd be great to see any of you folks. Yeah.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Cheers.